Hi, Dave Geary, MMJ.
Hi guys, Daniel Hastings here, and welcome to our very first video blog for 2019 January report. And David, you've got some observations, some market observations there for us?
Certainly, and welcome to the new year, guys. Look, some interesting stats. I look at the demographics around Wollongong area as well, and the interesting thing is that the young independent youths in the area actually are the highest percentage of people buying in the Wollongong city at the moment. They're up about 30%. So, which is a very high statistic and surprised me as well. I would have thought that the elderly market, the independents, the couples and the families, but they're around 20%. So it's an interesting stat. There's more younger people still buying, where Wollongong's been statistically an area where people have been retiring into because of lifestyle, etc. The other stat as well, guys, is that everyone's talking about the real estate market, how things are going. How, they reckon it's a depressed market. Yes, look, it has slowed down. I'll give you the stats in the real stats because it's already changed, and I think it's levelled out now. I think we're both finding that in the marketplace.
I think it's close to it at least.
Yeah,
very a lot close. Of the settling has happened, we believe. Yeah.
The average stat was around 9.5% had come back on an average, but there's areas that were lower 6%. So it's not as bad as people are making it out to be. The other interesting stat is that when the people in the marketplace hear what's going on, the community seems to keep talking up, and when the real estate market's good, there's loads of people talking real estate, buying real estate. Now they're talking the opposite, and there's less people buying. So stats down about 20%, so the same amount of real estate being sold now compared to last year is somewhere 20, and even some areas 30% less property being sold.
Less transactions. Okay.
What's your thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, look, I guess we've talked about it before, haven't we? About our ethos on how a seller should be attacking their campaign, and we're one of those companies that are fairly thorough and very marketing conscious and focused.
Yes.
And I think it's important at any market, but I don't think it's any more important than in this sort of market where things have perhaps pulled back a fraction. You've got to be, while there's less listings on the market, and that's probably part of the reason why there's less transactions going on, like you say, David. Ironically, there's actually probably more competitors because you've got them staying on the market a little bit longer. So certainly the days on market are blown out. So I guess really you can look at an agent, and we'll always take the step that we're not necessarily going to be the cheapest agent in our ethos of operating, because we think there needs to be some investment in the campaign, and you need to be able to expose the property well, present your property right, get your pricing right, have a skilled agent, and make sure that you don't die wondering in relation to marketing your property. Because one of the worst things, I think, and I say this regularly in my listing presentation, so if any of you have sat in front of me before, one of the things I always say is you can't die wondering, and it makes a tough decision harder if you haven't covered all those bases, those what-if questions.
Leave those stones unturned.
All those cliches, isn't it? So the what-if questions, what if I did do the stronger print, or what if I did the premium status on the real estate portals, etc., online. So, if you have those things left and opted not to attack, you're going to struggle a little bit more, especially if you're a bit shyer than what you wanted to do. And at least it makes those tough decisions a little bit more comfortable, I think.
It's interesting that the bigger agencies in the area are transacting more real estate. They're not the cheapest agents, but they are transacting more real estate than any other companies. I think to say there's about 3 or 4 agencies, maybe 5. They'll probably do close to 60% and 70% of the work.
Without doing the stats.
But that would be roughly correct. Yeah. So it's very, very interesting that you actually have to choose the right agent who has been through a down market, know what to do, and as Daniel said, don't leave any stones unturned when you're marketing the property. The buyers are harder to come by. They are. We all know that, but they're still there.
Yeah.
It's important. People are still selling real estate. There are stats out there. Dan said days on market. It was ranging up to, it started about 41. It's kind of creeping up towards 51 to 61.
50, 60s.
But I'm telling you right now, guys, there is property out there that's selling in about 7 to 14 days. They are. And it's still happening today. So it's good. There is still some strength. And with that Royal Commissioning finishing now, we've noticed with the banking, there's started a little bit of an inkling where money's freeing up a little bit better.
Yep,
isn't it?
Absolutely.
And therefore, it will help the marketplace. People can get their money easier as well.
Yep.
So I've noticed a bit. I've had a few transactions that have been going 4 to 6 weeks to try to get finance sorted. I've just recently been talking to people in 7 days, so it's a little bit over the place.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel now.
There is light, definitely light.
Still got to improve a bit more, but we're hearing some positive signs, the early signs of improvement there, I guess.
All right, enough about the market. We had the aquathon recently.
The MMJ Australia Day Aquathon, we were very proud to be associated with it for the last couple of years, 2 or 3 years, and again, we were a naming rights sponsor in its 20th anniversary. Had an excellent day, magic weather, pretty hot in fact. I think after you swim first and then you run, I think there was a few people suffering by the end, but really had a great day. We had a lot of our team from all our franchise down there on the day to not just be there, but to volunteer and support it, and even participate as well. So yeah, wonderful day. Great to be involved in it. Congrats to Rob Batocchio and his team for another successful event on a wonderful Australia Day.
Excellent. All right, guys, that's our little wrap for January this year. We hopefully give you some more stats in February coming up soon.
See you then.
See ya.